Let's talk about two items in organizational life that are perennial problems for many. First, sacred cows, and then undiscussables. Sacred cows are those traditions or legacies, old ways or processes, structures, roles, and yes, sometimes even people that have outlived their utility and now hold an organization back or prevent it from reaching its full potential. It's so difficult for a project or a team or a company to talk about sacred cows, and yet I find that to do so is liberating. And in many cases, they're really not sacred, or they're not sacred anymore. And oftentimes, in offsites, in the course of a workshop, we might have participants identify one per post-it. And in the end of the evening, when we decide it's no longer sacred, we burn it along with the sacred cow barbecue. It's metaphorical, and yet it's so meaningful to have that freedom to discuss openly things that we thought were treasured, and yet we now realize should be off-ramped in one way or another. More difficult, though, are undiscussables. By their very definition, they are those few items that continue to remain undiscussed, and yet they are the gravitational force in the heliocentric solar system around which we all revolve. These can be tricky topics like inter-office romances, or nepotism, or who makes what, or where does the money come from and where does the money go. And yes, it's absolutely true that many times these things are best handled not in a group setting, but of course one-on-one or in an HR dialogue. But I do find that the vital few things, when surfaced in a healthy, constructive way, and therefore improved, are in fact the tide that raises all boats. And by the same token, undiscussables that remain ignored often lead us treading water and getting nowhere. So to the extent that you're courageous and it is appropriate, continue to talk about, yes, the sacred cows, and then ultimately, in the fashion that is most constructive going forward, also the undiscussables.